Well, there is a flaw in your thinking there, Lou, and that is that you're thinking. It's just not something we do a lot of. So everything you said makes sense, except that's not the way people. I would have thought people were furious. And Lou, I go back to the election for Speaker, right? A couple of weeks after the November election, and Trump had won, and our Speaker had said and was quoted as saying, Donald Trump was hearing voices that none of the rest of us heard. And I brought that up to him. I said, some of us were saying the same things that President Trump was saying. And he said, look, I was just trying to pay him a compliment. I said, but that's the problem. You haven't been listening to the people that got Trump elected. And I said, you didn't support his idea of having a wall. You've supported some form of amnesty, legalization all along. And just, a totally secure border, you haven't been there. So I need to know that you're going to support all of the things that got Donald Trump elected president. And he said, look, Louie, we're talking every day. We're doing great. That doesn't answer my question. Are you going to help get the wall done, get, the no amnesty, all these? Look, we're getting along great, Louie. I'm going, that's not. But anyway, Lou, I just keep going back to that because it appears that we had leadership that was never going to deliver for the president on his promises. And God bless Trump. He's still trying to lead.
The president. This is a once in a century president. He's getting things done where others or more. He's getting things done that others just talk about. Yeah. He's done more in less than a year and a half than any president since FDR. And he hasn't even been in office a full year and a
Lou,
half.
don't forget that he's doing it with all kinds of rockets and arrows being fired at him the whole time, and he just shuffles them off and it keeps going. But I'm telling you, we had a 2-hour conference tonight, and I thought we were going to go in because the Goodlatte bill, Lou, there were a lot of good things in there. It had the E-Verify, it had the, ending chain migration. It did the things we wanted. My problem was the last 30 pages or so, but giving an amnesty on DACA. And as I've said all along, let's secure the border before we talk about what we do with the people. Once it's secured, we're not luring more people in here. And yet the conference seemed to be more an effort to persuade people that could not support the lack of the 4 pillars being in the bill, that they were wrong and get on board. And as a few people brought up, look, we got 193 with the Goodlatte bill that had all that stuff in there. Why don't we just tweak that so we can get it passed and get a win?
You know the answer to that. Answer to that. Tom Donahue at the Chamber of Commerce didn't want it. The Business Roundtable didn't want it. The Koch brothers didn't want it. Wall Street didn't want it.
You're right.
And they are the ones managing that bill today. And
they wanted the second bill
tomorrow.
Yeah, and so I didn't know until I just got here to go on with you that they pulled the bill from the board, because as of when I left the conference about 20 minutes ago, we were still going to have a vote tomorrow, but others were saying...
anyone, I'm just curious on this, is there anyone Paul Ryan won't lie to? I mean, and I'm just talking about within the conference. Is there any reason why anyone in the Republican conference should tolerate him as Speaker for another minute?
Well, I can't say that he lied, and as I've mentioned to him this week, he had really gotten good with his words, because he said this compromise bill addresses all 4 pillars, takes care of all 4 pillars. So he didn't actually say it was going to fix all 4. It said it addresses them. And then, like on chain migration, and it's really important, Lou, he didn't say this ends chain migration. His words that I heard were, this puts us on the road to fixing chain migration. I'm going, we've been on the road for 100 years. We need to get off the road and fix it. Well, and so I got to say, that's really parsing words, but it keeps you from saying, he didn't really lie. We are kind of on the road.
Now, like you, I'm from Texas. So you know what? Nothing keeps me from calling it like it is. And the fact of the matter is,
you and I both do that.
Okay.
So it is. It's just
let's just turn to, we're over time as usual with my long questions and your short answers. It's still, still we get overtime.
But this is so serious. This is our country's existence we're talking about.
So tell me, what is the bigger...
Fix it.
Answer this for me. I'm going to throw 3 questions at you. Give me your fastest answers.
Okay, all right.
What is so urgent about getting DACA Dreamers citizenship right now?
It is a mistake to address it now. If we address that today or tomorrow, for example, there will be 2 million more people that will come through our border in the next 6 months, maybe 4 million. It will be the biggest surge in our history.
And all of this nonsense working with the Democrats. Why don't the Republicans have the... I mean, if Ryan is sincere and an honest man, why doesn't he tell his Rhino members to just get out there and campaign for the midterms like hell, and go out there and as Ryan wants, call for wide open borders and unconditional amnesty for illegal immigrants, and see how many survive a general election? Well, now, that would be the honest thing.
I don't understand why you keep trying to placate the Democrats. That's what this compromise bill does.
Absolutely.
It basically gives the Democrats everything they want, except they're not voting for it,
and
because they want the issue. They want the issue. They don't want to fix. If they wanted to fix, they would have done it when they had all Congress.
Neither do the Republicans, because otherwise they go out and they say, let's get this done.
Exactly.
Secure the borders and
Lou.
end this nonsense about amnesty.
Well, Lou, let me put you on the spot. You know, to be Speaker of the House, there is no requirement that you be a member of Congress. Are you up for being nominated? Are you up for being nominated, Lou?
No, sir. I just have too much respect for the judgment of the House to even allow them to consider me.
Well,
I appreciate the thought.